Context. This is Bayview Fairways Public School, directly north of Toronto. It is Miss M's third grade class. The students are mostly first or second generation Canadians with roots in China, Korea, India, Iran, Portugal, Brazil, and Europe. 60% speak more than one language. They are Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, and non-denominational. The class includes 14 boys and 12 girls. They are from a high SES background. The school is a very expensive neighborhood with large homes and tree-lined boulevards. This urban neighborhood is rich in services, parks, sports centers, and natural areas. The classroom is a large, irregular shape with lots of cozy corners. Each student has a school-owned Chromebook. CRCM, 5 essential elements of classroom management, of culturally responsible classroom management strategies observed in Bayview Fairways grade 3 classroom with Miss M. Essential element number 1, recognition. Recognition of one's own cultural lens and biases, moving from ethnocentric to ethno-relative. I have placed Miss M in the acceptance stage, crossing into ethno-relative. In this stage, we acknowledge differences and appreciate them. See that there are viable alternatives to our own cultural understandings. A student asked what a synagogue was, and Miss M asked a Jewish student if he would like to answer. Both Miss M and I were surprised by the answer, as we assumed a synagogue was a place of worship. The student described it more as a learning center where they read, write, explore, and are taught things around Judaism. We accepted this as new learning for ourselves and for our students. Ms. M is very aware that a student's learning difficulties can be very difficult for families. Many families feel that there will be a great stigma for the student if they have a diagnosis or stand out in any way. She addresses the student's needs discreetly within the class and does not push for an assessment for the student onto the parents. Students are asked privately to join her at the teacher's table for extra help, and any student can join without being asked. It removes the us and them categories. Essential element number 2, knowledge of students' cultural backgrounds. The first activity I observed was a large poster the students did of their family immigration story. The posters were displayed in the hallway. The second example is a school-wide observation. Cultural celebrations are recognized, and those celebrating are invited to help do a presentation for small groups in the school. The presentations are student-led with the help of a school adult or a parent. During Nowruz, the Iranian students did a presentation about the Persian New Year. They created the traditional table display in the library, and some families sent in videotapes of their own table decorations and their personal meetings. Number 3, awareness of the broader social, economic, and political context. I observed the following example. A read-aloud story about kindness and children living in very low income brackets left the students with a lot of questions. Miss M took the time to talk about the concepts around thrift stores, wants versus needs, and having to wear someone else's very old shoes. Miss M spent 40 minutes, unplanned time, to explain what life is like for those who live on limited incomes. None of the students in this class have worn hand-me-down clothing or ever taken public transit. After this observation, an idea occurred to me to build on the classroom discussion. I think that a social action activity could be planned. The students could research and decide on the school that has a lower SES and identify families that struggle. A school event to raise money or specific items for donation could be held to support the sister school in ways the principal of this school feels fit. Essential element number 4, using culturally appropriate management strategies. Miss M has regular meetings with parents and has developed a good understanding of her students and their families. Marks are important to most of these parents, so she often sends finished work home for parents to review with detailed notes. She tells me that she must be prepared to answer any inquiries pertaining to her students and their academic development. This connection is great for families, students, and Miss M. Some parents do not feel the behavioral problems at school directly involve them. It has been communicated to Miss M that when their child is at school, it is up to her to use the disciplinary measures she feels best. She relies on natural consequences and a reminder of the rules that the class created. These classroom rules are culturally sensitive as all the students help develop them and they reflect the grade 3 class values. Number 5, commitment, building caring classroom communities. At the beginning of the week, Mrs. M asked the students to share one thing they are grateful for. They then put it on a post-it note and put it on chart paper, one at a time. If they want to share some thoughts, they can. This provides opportunities to build on community as students realize they share similar life experiences. Everyone gets a turn and respect must be shown towards each other. Mrs. M takes the time to listen to the stories students like to share. She's sensitive to the pressures some of her students feel from their parents to perform well. Because of her empathy and connections to their home life, she's created a caring classroom. Ms. M assures all students that they may stay behind at lunch and talk. She's always available. ARCS, tools for classroom management. Number 2, relevant strategies are observed. For motivating positive in-class behavior, Mrs. M uses a highly satisfying task to increase motivation. She does this by adding relevance to the project she assigns. Pizza party fractions. The class was put into groups to work on dividing pizzas evenly for a pizza party. As a team, they represented the pizza fractions and problem solved about any remainders. Structures. The students summed up a science project by picking a structure they liked and doing a presentation about it. Some chose structures they had visited on holidays. Some chose structures they found interesting for various reasons. I just want to thank Ms. M and her grade 3 class for letting me make these observations and helping me learn. That's it.